Senator from Rhode Island.
Mr. President, I'm grateful to have the chance to follow my friend from Pennsylvania, who has shown such great leadership with respect to health care and with particular respect to the nursing home population. And I'm delighted to join him to discuss what COVID is doing to the elder Americans who are in our nursing homes and long-term care facilities, because this illness has swept like a savage scythe through those facilities. In my small state, in Rhode Island, 750 residents of long-term care facilities have died of COVID. We just crossed 1,000 deaths statewide. 750 are in these facilities. If that doesn't attract the concern of this Senate, something is very wrong with this Senate. Across the country, the death toll in nursing homes and long-term care facilities, just as Senator Casey said, is 62,000 Americans. My dad served 5 years in the Vietnam conflict. In the decades of the Vietnam conflict, we sustained over 58,000 American military casualties. That means the death toll in our nursing homes and long-term care facilities, just in COVID, just in these months, is greater than the death toll of our soldiers in Vietnam. And if that is not enough to attract the attention of the Senate, something is wrong with the Senate. In Rhode Island, there's a little nursing home, just by way of example, called Holworth House. Holworth House is a great little place. It's been operating for half a century. It opened in 1968. It's got a 5-star rating from CMS. They do a great job. It has announced that it will permanently close at the end of August due to COVID. It had 51 residents. And by June, 29 had been infected. 12 had died. Of its staff, 20 were infected and had to be quarantined. It couldn't survive that. It's closing. And the stories behind the institutions like Holworth House are the stories of people like Therese in Lincoln. The senator from Pennsylvania is amicably disposed to women named Therese. Therese's mom, Germaine, is 88 years old. She has Alzheimer's. She's a resident of a nursing home in nearby Manville, Rhode Island. That facility has not allowed visitation since March 11th. Therese hasn't seen her mom since March 11th. This is a woman with Alzheimer's living in a facility. As a result, her mom's cognition has declined. The presence of her daughter was part of what kept her active, kept her moving. She used to take her for walks every day. Now the best they can do is Skype. And her mom barely recognizes the little image on Skype. So behind 750 deaths, behind collapsing institutions that have served elderly people for 50 years, are these personal stories of broken relationships. Barry in Narragansett has been married to his wife Dorothy for 46 years. Now he can only see her through plexiglass, and only twice. That's a real cost. Germaine, 88 years old, not being able to see her daughter. Barry and Dorothy, after 46 years of marriage, separated by plexiglass, unable to see each other. Those are small concerns, but you can multiply them across the population of our nursing homes and of our long-term care facilities. And if that isn't something that the Senate will care about, then there's something wrong with the Senate. We've tried to give the Senate something to do, something we can be for. So we have the Nursing Home COVID-19 Protection and Prevention Act. It's $20 billion for staffing support, for testing, because there's not enough testing, for personal protective equipment for the staff who serve really heroically and tragically underpaid in these circumstances in these facilities. It encourages successful practices like cohorting. It provides responses like surge teams when a place becomes so hit with COVID that the staff are quarantined out. Who's going to come in? We were talking about deploying the National Guard in nursing homes. No, we need trained surge teams that provides for those things. And data, so people learn fast and know what to do to take care of this. We have a solution, and I hope very much the Senate will care enough to consider our solution in whatever bill we end up beginning to negotiate on. I'll close by talking about what's been called liability protection, but is in fact corporate negligence amnesty. I've been around here a little while, and I've been through the immigration debate. And in this building, we heard people talk about children who were brought to this country, who were innocent of any misconduct. In fact, they were minors. They were, by law, innocent. And they had done no one any harm. Children, guilty of no misconduct, innocent, who had done no one any harm. And what was the word we heard? Amnesty. We can't have amnesty. There are laws around here that have to be followed for children who were innocent and had done no one any harm. What does the corporate negligence amnesty bill do? It gives corporations who are not innocent, who are negligent, and who have caused harm, who have even caused death, amnesty. If that is the standard, when you're small and innocent and a child and have done no harm, then we're going to be outraged at any amnesty for you, at any kindness. But if you're a big corporation and you actually are negligent, and as a result of your negligence, someone dies of this disease, oh, what's the solution? Amnesty, that's what we'll do. We'll help our corporate friends. If that is where this Senate is going to stand, then there is something wrong with this Senate. I yield the floor. Oh, and by the way, this is no small thing, reclaiming one additional minute. This is no small thing, by the way. The right to a jury began really at about the time of Henry II in the 12th century. And followed through English common law, through Blackstone's legendary commentaries, the book that informed the early creation of American law, through to the Declaration of Independence, where the jury was part of the casus belli of our country, and then into our Constitution. This is an important part of our Anglo-American rule of law tradition. And the fact that we're willing to just throw it over the side because big corporations come and say, we can't bear the indignity of having to be treated equally and fairly in court with these people we're so used to pushing around in legislatures where we have lobbyists and money. That's why we're going to throw out 8 centuries of tradition and learning. You want to know how long ago that was? There's a great movie called Lion and Winter. Wonderful movie about Henry II. That's when this tradition started, and we're going to throw it out here for corporations who have been so negligent as to cause death and injury. Something is wrong. Now I yield the floor, and I thank the senator from Connecticut, my friend Senator Blumenthal, for his indulgence for that last historical exercise.
Mr. President.